Good morning, early birds. This is Jose Trujillo. I am the world's greatest living artist. Just got to the studio. I don't know why I keep getting Starbucks water. It's like stupid. It's really dumb, but whatever. Starbucks water. This is what I'm in it for. So, how's it going, beautiful people? I hope that you guys are hustling it. I hope that you guys are working. You guys are doing your thing. I just got to the studio. You know what? I was thinking. I saw this cat's working on Starbucks, and man, they go in. A lot of them go in like at 3, 4 in the morning. I'm like, dude, I gotta do that. I gotta get there early. I gotta get here early. I don't know if you're not doing that, if you're not getting early in your studio, whatever early is for you, you got to do it. You got to do it. If you're not a full-time artist, it's okay. Designate some time. I don't know. Assign some time, however you say it. Assign some time. But be consistent at it. If it's 30 minutes, it's 30. Thank you so much, guys, for joining in. How you doing, Megan? How's it going? Pupe Gomez? Awesome artist, friend. Olga, how's it going? Olga, how's it going? Kimberly, good to see you. Megan, I've been seeing your awesome. I checked a couple of your awesome YouTubes. I thought that was really cool. I love that. Big thumbs up, and they're so well made too. I thought, like, man, this is awesome. So I just want to congratulate you because I think that's the best thing ever. Totally. Yeah. So, yeah, guys, I mean, I was looking at this guy's on Starbucks, right? Oh, thank you so much. I love that. You know what? Megan says you inspired me. You know what? You guys, I see so many of you crushing it, in different ways. And I get inspired. And I know it's cliche and it's cheesy, but I just got to say it because it's true. Like, I get inspired. I see you guys working. And, yeah, Megan's rocking it. And I get inspired personally. I see you guys working. I see you guys going past your fears or going past whatever it is. Maybe not. Sometimes it's not fear itself. That sometimes it's just the idea of the illusion of time, right? Because we feel like we don't have time. And we have busy lives. Everybody's got busy lives. Hammer time. It's so true. It's hammer time. You guys better get your hammer time gear. Get some notepad or something and start. You know what? I should call this segment hammer time. I love that, Megan. Thank you. I'm gonna credit Megan for calling this early segment hammer time, because I mean, just think about it, guys. If you go to work for someone right in the morning, at least someone professional, right? Right in the morning, you guys have the drill, right? You guys have the I remember doing sales, right? You guys have the drill. You guys have the hoorah moment, right? The rah-rah stuff, right? Not hoorah, the rah-rah stuff. And you guys do a drill. Let's think MC Hammer. You know what? I used to have those dope pants when I was a little kid. Funny thing is, I used to have them when I was in Mexico. So not funny because they're in Mexico, but it was pretty cool because I was like the dopest kid in the block with those parachute pants. Parachute pants. So hammer, yeah, it's the parachute pants, no, the hammer pants. But yeah, guys, I started seeing how important that is, right? To prime. We're gonna call priming hammer time. Because you gotta prime, right? You gotta get your day ready. You gotta get those juices. Start turning those juices, right? You gotta get that thing going. Time to make the donuts. I love that. Hey guys, Pupe Gomez says it's time to make the donuts. I love that. Yeah, you got to get those those juices flowing, because we all have that, you know. We all have this, as I mentioned before many times, we all have this greatness. We just gotta unleash it, you know. We gotta Tony Robbins the shit out of it. Like we have to yeah, we can do this, because I believe that our day is it's composed of segments. There's segments, right? That's why people say, "Oh, I got the 2:30 feeling." It's not so much that it's the 2:30 feeling. It's that early, most people have a lot of energy. Some people are night owls, right? It doesn't matter what it is for you. Figure out your segments. Figure out, for example, from about 6 in the morning to 11, all I got to do is paint, right? Sometimes I'll start from 8, and then I'll run it to, I don't know, 12, 1 p.m. But all I got to do is paint. But I don't just paint like nonstop. I time myself. Now right now in my time, in this time in my life, I'm using timers. All I do is use timers. This I learned from a high performance coach. I'll go in and I'll put in 30 minutes, right? And I'm not trying to create a painting, or I'm not trying to do this in 30 minutes. No, I'm trying to squeeze the life out of myself for 30 minutes, right? So I'll be like, 30 minutes, go. And then I'm like, da, 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 da. And then the alarm, hits, and I'm like, okay. And then I'll take like a minute, right? I'll go take a couple of sips of my Starbucks. And see, this is what I used to do. This is the reason why I time myself, guys. Because I'm trying to become the best artist I can possibly be, right? All around. Because what I used to do back some years ago is that I used to try to look for the right music, right? The right mood, right? Oh man, I used to try to meditate first, which is not, I'm not against this. Like that's a must if that's what you do. Like you know what you got to do. But what I'm trying to say is that I used to make the right mood, right? And many times I spent a lot of time and started thinking, right, about the right mood, which was, man, I got to get the right soundtrack, right? I don't know if you guys do that, but I used to do this stupid thing. And it's cool if you do it every now and then, but if you're working like that, you can't, right? Especially if you want to be prolific and you want to be productive. You can't. It's very difficult because you're trying to condition the moment. And that it's a time killer. Imagine that you go to work somewhere, I don't know, and you tell your manager or your boss, hold on, I'm going to start. I just got to get the right mood here. Hold on. And I need the right music. No, dude, move those boxes. Hold on. My song's not out yet. My song hasn't come up yet. You can't do that, right? And you should treat it the same way when you're creating your artwork, I believe. Yeah, there are those moments where I'm just chilling and I'll put some of my best tracks, right? Some of my happy tracks. I like listening to jazz. I like listening to blues. I like listening to a lot of... I got influenced a lot by the Spanish pop rock movement in the 90s, and there's a lot of influence of that in my even my work and everything, right? I know it's weird, but that's the way I see it. So there's those moments, right? But also there is a reality of time, right? There's that reality of time, and in this pockets of time, see, and one of the reasons again I'm saying is because there's so many artists out there. I'm doing the little coaching right now, and I call it little because I'm not doing a lot of it, the little one-on-one consulting, and I get artists tell me all the time that it's time that they don't have, and I know what that feels like because it's not true, but I know what it feels like, right? It's true to them, but it's not true. Right? It's only true to them because of their filter, how they're looking at things. But this is what I used to do. I used to go in the studio and be like, oh, okay, yeah. Oh, man, I don't have red. I got to go get red, right? And until I started becoming more totalitarian, I guess, which is not, it's the Sith Lord's way. But when it came to working, I became very totalitarian. I became very, or I wouldn't say totalitarian, I would say aggressive and open. Being like, oh man, I gotta do artwork. I don't have the right materials. F it. I'm gonna use whatever I got, right? Because this is artwork time. This is not going and buying materials time and make this moment precious time. No, This is creating artwork time. So I don't have red. I don't have the right canvases. F it. I'm still gonna go work in there. Oh man, I don't care if I'm gonna sketch. If I have to sketch, I don't care if I have to watercolor. I don't care if I have to draw some ink. I don't care if I have only one tube of paint and that's all I have to use. And I only have square canvases, or I only have small or large canvases. It's art time. It's sacred time. It's art time. You have to treat it as sacred time. Because what that does is that it creates a muscle in you. It starts cranking you to believe that you are able to show up regardless of the circumstances and regardless of the conditions, right? So this is 30 minutes art time. Oh man, like I'm not doing something right. This is something that used to happen to me a lot, right? My style is not coming out the way I like it. I have a personal style, because you start developing a personal style, right? And you're like, oh, my style is not coming out through here. And I created a lot of suffering. Megan says, yes. I knew it. Megan, because you're a winner. That's why you say yes. I love that. I'm not saying you other guys are not winners. You other guys and girls are not winners. I'm just saying. I've seen Megan work. Megan says we can learn to work in 10-minute bits rather than trying to find straight hours. Totally. The 10-minute increments is something that I learned from sales coach out there. His name's Grant Cardone. He calls it 10-minute blocks. And it's not just him. It's all these high-performance people doing it. It's not just him. It's all of the... Once I started digging in, I started realizing, oh, man, all of this... You okay, dude? All of these things are done in 10-minute, whatever it needs, right? Because sometimes you need longer gaps. Sometimes you need shorter pockets of time. But for example, if you're going to post something on Instagram, please don't let it take you 30 minutes. Please don't let it take you 20 minutes or 10 minutes. It might just take you 1 minute. It might even take you 30 seconds. Like make this little games. Make a habit of games. Megan says, I plan out my painting and figure out what I can do in 10 minutes and only take out what I need for that. Totally. Then I keep going if I can. I love that. That's the best approach. That's something that I didn't learn up until like a year ago. I used to try to work. First I used to do like, oh man, it's 6 o'clock in the morning, right? I'm not going to stop working till 10 p.m., right? I did this for years. Now, I'm not condemning nor condoning it because it's up to you. That's how I got good. And what I mean good is that I got frequent. Remember, guys, I'm not trying to get good. I'm trying to get frequent. There's always a kid ready to interrupt me. Totally. That's life poking at you. Being like, hey, Megan. Hey, Megan. I love that. Yeah. It's life reminding you, hey, better utilize your time wisely or I'm going to come and hey, Megan. Hey, Megan. Hey, Megan. And we'll have that, right? In different degrees. Some people have challenges, physical challenges. Some people have, health challenges. Other people have, small families, big families. And it's, we all have this certain challenges, right? And they're ready, right? These things are ready to inconvenience us. I know, I'm sorry I use that word, but it is, right? It's like, my wife showed me this meme of, I don't know what artist, what celebrity, and people are passing by as they're taking photographs of her, I guess in a runway or something, I don't know, for the Grammys or something. And she makes like this rude face, right? Because people are walking by as they're trying to photograph her. And then the meme says something along the lines of, that's me and life, that's life, right? All the other people inconveniencing my life, right? While I'm trying to get my life going. We have 2 puppies here. And like they're the biggest inconvenience. Like I love them, but they're royal pain. They're like, I need to go pee. I need to go. I need to go poopy. I'm hungry. I'm thirsty, and on and on and on, and the showers and everything. And it's like, oh man. So what I realized is one thing Okay. Find out what's most important and always stick to that. I mean, like get rid of things that are not. Please don't get rid of the puppies, maybe, or don't get rid of the kids. No, no. Don't get rid of your spouse, right? You're inconveniencing me. No, but like the extra activities, right? Like if you have to, a must have to play video games for 2 hours, like don't play video games for 2 hours, you know? Or if you like cooking, if you're not just doing cooking for the house, but you love cooking, figure out where you can cut. Because you have to, you know, if you just love cooking, like I know some people love making pastries and stuff like that. I heard the stories. I don't know. I mean, shorten it, right? Because you got to put it somewhere. And when you work in acrylic, Megan says, and when you work in acrylic, everything dries so fast. It's so true. So you got to work. You got to work little bits before the dog poos again. It's so true. Yeah. So that's why it's so important to be like, you know what? I have 2 hours in the studio. Okay, don't make it 2 hours about, this is what I wouldn't do this, okay? And I just barely learned how to do this. Like I said, it's only been like about a year that I've been using alarms. I used to use time crunches, because first I started like long hours. Oh my God, this was the most painful thing, right? I would paint for 6-7 hours straight with like maybe a snack in there somewhere and coffee. And then I would rest and then do another 6 hours, 7 hours again. Like I used to paint for 14 hours a day. I don't do that anymore. Like I switch it now. I know better. But I did that for years, right? I did that for at least a good 5 years. You know, just crunching it. And then what I did is I created pockets. Now I started going like, oh, okay, I got 6 hours only, or I got 4 hours, or I got 3 hours. It still wasn't good enough. It didn't feel right. I wasn't productive enough. I wasn't prolific enough. It didn't create the... See, because again, it comes back to momentum, and it comes back to energy. So I started getting coached by coaching guys. And they're like, no, dude, you're doing it all wrong. Like, it's great that you work 14 hours a day. I'm not going to take you away from that, because that's really... Like, you're doing the right thing. This is what I was told, right? But utilize the time wisely. And I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, dude, you're going to post something on Facebook? Use 10 minutes only. You're going to post something on and crunch in there as much as possible. Like if you're going to post something on Facebook, you got 10 minutes. Don't just post one thing. Post in 3 different platforms. Use those 10 minutes. Like suck the marrow out of life, right? This is what I was told. Suck the marrow out of life. Like just burn it. Like, who used to say this? I think it was Kurt Cobain who said, it's better to burn out than to fade away. Like burn it. Burn those 10 minutes. Burn those 15 minutes to the highest capacity. If you know you have to get back to some clients, right? I gotta call collectors, right? Because maybe even if you have 3, 5 collectors, whatever, that consistently that love your stuff, right? Like, come on, you have to have at least 3, right? Every time you paint something, let them know, right? Every time you paint something, even if it's every other day, it doesn't matter. Send them a little, send them a little text. Maybe it's an email one day, maybe it's a phone call another day, maybe it's a little Snapchat, whatever. I don't know. Figure it out, right? Use different mechanisms of communication, but use 10 minutes to crunch in as many phone calls, as many contacts as possible, right? Instead of being like, oh man, I gotta call that collector, and then you dread the whole day, and you're like, yeah, I gotta call that person. Oh man, I gotta call that person. And then you tell others, what are you gonna do tomorrow? Man, I gotta call a collector. The only reason I'm saying this is because I used to act like this, okay? And I know I'm not the only procrastinator in the world. I'm like, hey, what are you doing? My wife used to be like, honey, what are you gonna do tomorrow, right? I was like, oh man, I gotta call a collector. You know, I gotta call, this art collector. He's really interested in this painting. I gotta call him tomorrow. Yeah, I'm gonna use the whole 24 hours. You know, dumb butt. Of course not. Like, we make events out of things. LOL. We make events out of things. That's why things don't work. That's why we have a hard time making a living as artists. Because in no other job that would fly. That cannot fly in any other job, much less in a business. It doesn't fly, right? Your manager would be like, dude, wash the dishes, pick that table up, go take that order, and on, and you got 30 minutes or you got 10 minutes. Do it now. We got to do it. You know, that's why these people are so productive, because they have managers that are on top of people, right? Managers are, we need managers in our art business. Our managers are higher degrees of consciousness, maybe not consciousness necessarily, but yeah, I guess it would be that. Megan says my mom's always like, my day is so busy, I have to do the dishes. Yeah, it's so true. It's so true. Like, people make events. This is something I wanted to make a video on this specifically. I think I might, because I got so much views on these. Like, people make events. You want your life to start changing, guys. Like, you want to start rolling in maybe some cash in artwork, some exhibits. You want something to start working. Look, go fast. Do not make events out of things. When I learned how not to do this, like, my life just literally changed. Like, it was like a boop. It was like a switch, right? It was a switch. It's the fear. Totally, it's the fear. Betsy says it's the fear. It's absolutely correct. It's the fear. There's only two emotions, right? Fear and love. Whatever doesn't come from love, it has to be fear. So totally holds in your shackles. So the moment that I started realizing that, man, we human beings make events out of things, right? Because we're not trained to be high capacity. We're trained to be like, what are you gonna do tomorrow? I don't know. I gotta go shopping. Yeah, is that gonna take 16 hours of your day? Because you're gonna sleep for 8 hours, right? Okay, cool. But is that gonna take 16 hours? No, because I gotta work for 8. Okay, well, is that gonna take 8 hours? No, but you know. And then you start like thinking about all the stuff that you could be doing rather than going shopping. Like, oh man, I could just lay down and watch Netflix and kick it, you know? And it's like stupid, right? We make events out of things. Like, move fast. Like, run to wherever you need to do. Look, here's a little trick. Go and YouTube this lady who calls it the 5-second rule. It's called the 5-second rule. Okay. I didn't learn this from her. I found it later. Someone pointed me to it. I was already doing this. I learned this from sales expert Grant Cardone. This is where I learned it. This guy said, whenever you have something that you think about, right? He's like, punch it right away. Like, go do it. Like, don't sit on it. For example, if you are, it's called the 5-second rule. Whatever you need to do, you have to count, do a countdown. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, boom, I'm doing it. So if you're like, I gotta call someone, okay, let's do it now. Well, no, what if they're not open, blah, blah. Leave a message. I don't know, like just do it now. Like, it's gotta be now. It's like the Terminator says, the Governator, you know, do it now. You have to do it now. It's the only way. It's the only way. Things will not happen if you plan, if you wait, because you will paralyze. You will procrastinate. Fear is going to come in. So the reason of the 5-second rule, I forgot the name of this lady. Very, very, very great. She did a great TED Talk on it. And I was already using it, and I had no idea. I was like, oh man, she thought it was a secret too, right? She thought it was a secret. She said, I didn't want to talk about it because I thought it was like my secret sauce. But it's not, because it's a high performance habit. That's what it is, right? High performance habits are very, very, they're so common. They're so, they're not secrets, right? It's how children operate. And that's how we should operate when we're older. Like, if you want a gallery show, walk into a gallery and start asking for it. Like a baby would cry about milk. Start asking for it. Like, you don't have to wait for the right moment. Well, I don't know, maybe someone will let me in from the back door. You know, maybe if I become friends with the gallery owner. Maybe if, like, this is all a bunch of bullshit. Like, walk in there, introduce yourself. If the person's busy, who cares? Let them be busy. And then the first moment that you can find that they're not busy, because they're going to want to talk to you because they think you're a prospect. Be like, boom. Like, find out quick if it's for you or not. You know, burn it. Burn it. I love doing that. I love burning things, Metaphorically, guys, metaphorically. About burn it, like find out, dude, if you ain't for me, I want to know now because I'm looking. There's 7 billion people in this world. I want to know if you are for me and I'm for you. If this ain't happening, I need to find out because I need to move to the next guy or next girl. I need to move to the next person. So we got to do this fast. You always feel better once you do it. That's exactly true. That's so true. Betsy says you always feel better once you do it. It's very true because your soul recognizes, right? That see you're believing yourself. Remember, I don't know if some of you guys have heard me talk about this kind of stuff before. It's all about self-belief. So if you start believing in yourself, then you stack more, right? You stack more weight. You start stacking more weight. You're like, man, oh man, I did that? Cool. Now go to the next gallery and try it. Like do it. And if the gallery says no, cool, whatever. Now you talk to 2. Now go talk to 3. And on and on and on and on. So you start building the muscle. When people tell me, like, how did you become a full-time artist? It wasn't a one event thing. Like it was a multitude of events. And you start building the muscle. And you start being okay with the no's. Right? When people say, no, I don't like your art. I don't think your art is going to do well here. Great. Thank you. I needed to find that out. Who do you think that would love my artwork? Like, I know you have a group of friends. Come on. Galleries, or people that have retail shops and on and on. Who do you think? Who could you think right now? Because I know it's not you. We already covered that. Great. Thank you so much. Who do you think? And they're going to see that you believe in yourself, that you're like, man, this person's not bullshitting. Maybe I should put his art here. I had people tell me that. I had people tell me like, man, I wasn't going to put your art, but I saw your enthusiasm. And I was like, man, maybe this guy's going to bring some people over, And I was like, them right. Them right. Them sure. I'm going to bring some people over. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I do. I'm not trying to get you to sell my artwork. Really what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get traffic into your shop, into your gallery. That's really what I'm about. Now, if we sell something, we both win. But I'm going to make sure you win regardless of. See? Boom, gold nugget right there. I'm going to make sure. My whole job is that you win, first and foremost. I don't give a damn if I don't sell anything. Like, I'm not in it for that. Right? You don't want to tell them that. I'm not in it for that. This is not, right now, I'm not in it for that. I want to make sure that I bring people to your shop. I want to make sure that I tell everyone, my 9,000 friends on Facebook, I want to make sure that I tell my 2,000 whatever, I don't know how many people you have, whatever, on Instagram. I want to make sure I snap the hell out of the month about your gallery. I'm going to Snapchat every day. I bet you don't even have employees that do that. I'm going to do it for free. You don't have to do anything. I'm going to tell everyone under the sun. I'm going to make it my job that everybody finds out about that didn't know about your gallery through me. I'm gonna make it my job. Now, if we sell something, awesome. But if we don't, you already won. You got so much free ad, just for placing a couple of my paintings, or whatever you agreed to. So, burn, baby, burn, says Megan. Disco Inferno, yeah, you gotta burn it. Like, just watch it burn. I love watching things burn. You know why? Because most people dread this stuff. Most people sit there and paralyze and think about it and say, well, I wonder what the best way of doing this is. No. Like, you're making an event out of it. Do not make it an event. I tell my wife all the time, dude, you're going to Target? Okay, we're going to kill 5 birds with the same stone. Okay, I know it sounds kill, but you know the saying, right? 2 birds. I'm looking to kill 5 to 10 birds with the same stone. Okay, while you're in Target, I'm going to run over to Home Depot and we got to do this, and that. And you only, right? And I know I get away with saying this right now because she's not here. You only got, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. And then we time it. At first, we used to have little arguments like, no, blah, blah, blah. But as we now both very focused on what we want to do, we both understand. Okay, go, got it. Okay, what else do we need? We make a list, right? And we run. It's like fun with Dick and Jane, right? We go there like like 2 little thieves, right? But we're not. We're paying. But we go in there and we run and we're like, okay, I'm grabbing, because usually a Target is next to a Home Depot where in my neck of the woods. So I run in there and I get all the supplies that I need to get for packaging and blah, 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 right? Tape and this and that. And if I needed another table or whatever, right? And markers and all that kind of stuff that I need for usually packaging supplies and cleaning supplies. So I go there and I get everything. While I'm doing that, okay, while I am doing that, I'm snapping. Snapchat, Instagram. Hey, how's it going, people? Pa, 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 pa. Okay, that's another bird I just killed with the same stone. While I'm waiting online, right, I'm getting back to people. I'm getting back to people. I'm answering back emails or I'm getting back to people, whatever. Someone asks me about a commission. I don't go, oh, yeah, let me think about it. Nope. Someone asked me about the commission. I'm in line. There's still 2 more people ahead of me. Dude, I got more than enough time. Yes, it's going to be so much. This, that. Do you want a frame with that? By when do you need it? I got you. Boom, right there. Burn it, baby. Burn it. Make sure that if it's for you, it's for you. If it's not for you, let it go. There's a saying in Spanish. My mom used to tell me this. Agua que no has de beber, déjala correr. Which means, translates, I'm going to do a vague translation. If you're going to drink that water, let it run, baby. Let it run. Okay? If that water, if you're not going to drink it, if it's not for you, let it go. There's plenty more. It's a stream. It's a stream. Hammer time. It's a stream, baby. It's a stream. There's so many, there's 7 billion people in the world. Like, we get caught up in like, yeah, but there's only 10 galleries where I live. Then get out of your city, dude. Go to another city. Go to a city where there's 100 galleries. And go to another city. Like, what? How bad could it be? How bad could it be to be like where I'm here, I'm in Tucson. There's only a handful of galleries, right? There's Phoenix, an hour away. You know, there's Phoenix. There is Tubac, 30 minutes down somewhere. It's a center for the arts, right? There's all these places. And I'm just talking about the same state. You know, I haven't even covered all the other places that have galleries and retail shops, right? Because you want to go gallery, retail shop, you want to go whatever. I have artwork in the weirdest places. Like, not weird, but, you know, where I know. Like, I just moved into a high-rise downtown, and I have artwork. I'm securing a deal right there for artwork that it's going to be in high-rises, right? High-rise condos and stuff. And, like, put artwork in places. This is a huge golden nugget. Like, don't be just the gallery artist. See, this is the thing. Unless you're big in the galleries, I know I'm jumping now, but unless you're like big in the galleries, like you have great gallery representation. By the way, which is something we're preparing for Canada, getting some gallery representation in Canada. I think that's gonna be pretty sweet. Unless you're working with like someone very established, then let them handle that, right? But for example, I choose not to work with galleries only, and I don't like to sign little papers like that because many galleries most galleries are small businesses that are barely making ends meet. And what they want to do is they want to secure an artist, right? They want to secure the artwork so that they don't have competition. They're stuck in the old mindset of competition. Competition doesn't even exist, but they're stuck in that mindset, right? Like the industrial era mindset still. So I don't like to do that, right? I'm like, no, dude, I want you to sell the painting, and then I want to make my own efforts, and then I want to pay someone to make efforts, and then I want to tell someone, dude, you have a shop. You don't even have to make efforts, right? But if you sell something, I'll give you a cut, and you know, and on and on and on. When and where are you coming to Canada? Mason Insights. That's a great question. I'm working right now with someone in Victoria. I don't know if how the thing is going to work. We're still getting ready. I'm sending some artwork right now, and I guess they're gonna start softening the market in certain galleries, and then we're gonna go about it. Most likely, probably this year. I'm sure we're gonna go to Canada and go check it out and maybe do some live presentations, some work. I don't know, but things are looking good. They're looking really good, and I don't say things are looking good very vaguely, because a lot of people promise me this stars in the moon. Ever since I started creating artwork, people have promised me this stars in the moon. They're like, dude, I'm gonna represent you, right? Because they think it's easy, right? But it's not. It is easy, but it requires, a lot of effort. So a lot of people think that it's easy and it doesn't require that much effort. Like, no, it's easy, it's simple, but you got to put in mountains of effort. And most people don't know that. So when I meet gallerists and art collectors or consultants that understand mountains of effort, like my little ears go like alfalfa. Like, oh, I see. You're like me. You get it. Cool, right? Because most people that do anything, I mean, try to get a six pack. Try to get a six pack, right? You can't do it with one sit up, right? You can't do it with 10 sit ups. You gotta, whatever it takes. I don't know. I don't have one. That's why I know, because I don't have one. But I see the guys who do. They're always like watching what they eat. It's a multitude of things, right? They're exercising so much. They're doing this. And it's a consistency. It's a consistency, and it's like it's pain, right? It's pain. It's pressure, and that's that. Now imagine getting into the marketplace in a bigger way, right? In a substantial way, penetrating the marketplace. It's a big undertaking. It's not as easy as people tend to think. So they put very little effort. They think, oh yeah, if I just talk to 5 galleries, I'm gonna make it. Or these are 2 of the great, very well established galleries. Yeah, but are they willing to put? Because to market something, guys, now like to play the big games, it doesn't take really viral marketing. It takes viral marketing for maybe the right person to find you. Or maybe it takes a lot of marketing, like I do. I don't care about viral marketing. I just care about marketing, period. If something goes viral, cool. But I'm not looking for that, right? I'm not looking for the home run. I'm looking to swing. I want to get frequent, not get good. But someone finds you, right? Because a lot of artists are looking for someone to find them, which is one of the biggest tragedies of being an artist, is hoping that someone else is going to do it for you. An art agent or, the right salesperson. It doesn't work like that, guys. I've been swinging the bat. I've been making a living as an artist for the past 6 years, a full-time living. And I've talked to my share of people who are ready to do things. Like I had someone who's like, I'm going to open a museum and I want you to be the main artist there. And like, I had my share of people who are well-intended, well-intentioned, but the undertaking, the projects are very big and they require a lot of push and effort, and it requires usually, and when you're playing the bigger game, right, it requires a lot of funding. It always comes down to funding, because now you're talking about marketing, PR, and all these people get paid, right? They're not going to start putting you on the magazines and interviewing you and getting you, I don't know, even shipping work, at that type of game requires someone to build crates. Have you ever had someone build crates? Like, it's expensive, Like, I send a lot of my work, most of my work, in cardboard boxes, but when I have to create something, I have a handyman that works with me, that creates my stretchers and everything. And if I didn't have that person working with me almost not full time, but very, like at least part time, right? Let's put it that way. If I didn't have that person, every crate, it costs about whatever the size is, right? I send some large paintings. You'll spend easily on the crate alone at least 200 bones, at the very least, on materials. That's if you do the crate yourself, right? If you pay someone, everything costs. Everything costs. That's why I don't get it when artists say, "Oh man, like I don't care about the money." You should care about the money, because everything costs. Sooner or later, you're gonna start finding out that in order to make real moves, I don't know, whatever that is. You want to make a podcast, you got to go buy the microphones. You got to do this, you got to do that. And, if you have children and you got to do all this, you maybe soon realize that you probably need to get, someone to help you around the house, clean the house, maybe a nanny, someone of high trust, right? Of course, that is with you, helping you around, sort of an assistant, right? An assistant, but that starts helping you not in the artwork, but in the other chores. so that you focus on the artwork. This is something that I learned also, guys. I didn't understand this, but I used to think, oh, I'm gonna get assistants to help me in the art in the beginning, right? In like packaging the art and helping me with like getting back to clients and this and that. And I was very wrong. I hired 2 people to do that, and I was very wrong. I was off, right? Because you don't know what you need. But it's a good thing that I did it either way, because I that's how you find out. But now I'm telling you guys don't need to do it. Now you guys are going to find out through me. It's a great experience, but what you want to do is you want to get help for people to do the other stuff. So do you focus on where the things are supposed to come from? Like if you're already making income from it, your sole focus should be creating artwork and looking for that income. Creating artwork and looking for that income, right? Looking for that, who's got the money? Where's the money at, right? I know it sounds blunt, but it's business. That's the way it is. You're in business. So maybe the first help you get, it's not in the studio, but it's like, dude, go wash my car. Dude, you gotta help me clean out the studio. Or, here's my list. You gotta help me getting the groceries and this, because if I go get the groceries, right, and you're selling a painting for, I don't know, let's say you're selling a painting for 500 bones, right? And it takes you 6 hours to do, right? And if you go wash the car, go get the groceries, make dinner, and this and that, right? You lost on your possibility of $500. So I'd rather pay someone, right? I'd rather pay someone, whatever it is, right? I don't know what the fair thing is where you are, but I'd rather pay someone a fraction of that to go take care of that, and then so that I can focus on the artwork and the income, right? So that I can multiply myself, and then that's how businesses are built. You multiply yourself. It's all about cloning yourself, right? You start cloning yourself. Megan says, for me, it's getting childcare here, and for my littlest, yeah. And we have someone come clean the house every 2 weeks. This opens up time. Totally. I love that. Here's another little trick too. I go to art stores still, but if I'm in the way, and I probably shouldn't even do that anymore, right? But if I'm like driving through the place, or if I'm burning for something that I absolutely need, then I'll go to the art store. But when I switched over to online, and I know a lot of people are against it because buy local and this and that. I don't know. I believe that we're in the world economy. It's no longer just your town. Like, it's a world economy. Like, as an artist, I'm selling all over the world. I'm not just selling in my town. So I don't just buy for my town, right? It's a world economy. And I know that it gets into like all sorts of talks, but whatever. So if you buy stuff online, you're saving up so much time, right? You're saving up all of this time because now it's going to be delivered to your house. You don't have to go anywhere, and on and on and on. Now, this is if you're rolling, right? If you're like, oh, okay, what's the next move, right? If you're not there yet, like, okay, well then buy it locally and go spend some time there and figure it out. But I don't buy canvases unless it's online. And when I do, but it's not online, it's because I'm driving through the place already, and I'm like, okay, let's kill another bird, right? I don't know. Don't kill birds, but you know what I mean. So figure out where you can place hands to help you, because it really comes down to time. See, here's another little golden nugget. Golden nugget time. Your asset, guys, as an artist, as an entrepreneur, as a marketer, whatever you call yourself, your asset, it's not your skill level. It's not your marketing. It's nothing. Your asset is time. Like, please drill this in your head. Like, get it in there. Soak yourself in this. Your asset is time. Time is the most precious and valuable thing you got. Yes, it takes a lot of time to go to the vendors and get what you need when you can do it online. I started ordering my print reproductions online instead of driving to a nearby town to a guide. That's perfect. See, now you're starting to do it like a business, right? You have to order it. It has to come to you because time is your asset. It was this is what Megan is saying, okay, guys. It was 2 hours just to go there to get the print and come home. Now I just order online with a few clicks. Absolutely. And plus the local guy costs two-thirds more. Yeah. It's, and the local guy is going to have to figure out how to put his big boy pants on and go drive to you and not charge you two-thirds more, but get more business from you, right? Like, look, if instead of doing a few prints, why don't we do more prints and I'll deliver them to you? Or whatever, right? Like, figure out what, or maybe partner up with someone else and get you prices better for canvases or art supplies, and then someone drives to you. Totally. That's what I do. I mean, I've told a local art supply store, like, guys, like, someone, I'm dropping some pennies here. I'm dropping some pretty pennies. Someone has to bring this to me now. Like I can't come here, drop 500 or 1,000 bones every time I'm there to get art supplies and then have to, like, utilize my time. I know this sounds like stupid and elitist, but it's not, guys. This is business. Okay? If I wasn't in business, I don't care. I wouldn't care. But if you're in business, you have to start caring about those things. Right? So if you're dropping a pretty penny every time you're there, like, they have to, if it's a local place, they have to figure out, like, okay, once a week we're gonna go drop everything. All you have to do is call and order it and this and that. If they can't give you pricing, then they have to give you flexibility. If they can't give you flexibility or pricing, they have to give you something, guys, because that's how it works. That's how business is, right? Uber for art supplies. Yeah, I hear Uber is even doing McDonald's. Come on, guys. Uber's doing everything. It's so true. Uber food, right? Yeah. Uber art supplies. I love that. That's so true. And local businesses need to start getting smarter with that, and I know because I used to own a local boutique, and you got to get smart, right? You got to get smart. You gotta figure out how you can give more value than online. Like, I hear people telling me, man, you're going online, blah, 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 you're killing the small business. No, I'm not. I know there's a lot of talk about this, but I'm not, because I'm spending my money here. Like, I go into the restaurant. I'm not killing small business. I'm going into the restaurant. I take out my family to eat. I take out my family to small, local boutiques, to this, to that. And I spend the income there. I spend money there. I'm not. It's just that you guys got to get smarter. Right? You guys got to figure out how you can reel me back in. Either give me flexibility, give me credit, give me something. I need something so that I don't take off online. Right? So, but anyways, because time is the real thing here, right? I cannot sacrifice my time and my family and my efforts to try to save the small business who is not being smart enough and being aggressive enough to take my business, to reel me back in and say, where are you going, Jose? I went to this small art supply store, and I told them, look, this is what I buy in a month. What can you do? The guy gave me back the list and told me, I don't compete online. I'm like, I'm not asking for you to compete online. I'm asking for, I need some sort of value. Where can we meet? So I don't go, because this was me trying to be a good Samaritan, right? I was like, dude, I'm buying this online. I could buy it with you, but I need something, right? I need either 2 months of credit, some sort of flexibility, or you need to drive it to me because this gets delivered, or let's meet somewhere where it benefits us both. It took effort, and the person didn't want to do it because it took effort, because it took, like, looking into it and be like, okay, how can I take this guy's business, right? Instead of him going online. The value composition really works, artists too. Yeah, what value are we providing? I see artists on Patreon, and they have to figure out what value they can provide per monthly fee for patrons. Yeah, I've heard about Patreon too. Yeah, you have to figure out the value. It's a value proposition, right? When you're because it's value. The name of the game is value, right? Always, it's the name of the game. When people say, "Man, people don't really value my art, and my art is better," no, dude. Like you think your art is the valuable asset. It's not. You got to figure out what the value is in the market. For example, for me, when I started out, I realized that for me, the value was, right, one of my value propositions was that I was one of the few artists who was willing, right, who was willing to go and create. Now, this is another golden nugget, guys. You get golden nuggets. Golden nugget. Unveiling parties, okay? I used to do portrait painting. And in my local area, I used to host unveiling parties, right? So it was a cool value proposition. Why? Because most people, here's your painting, okay, bye. See, when you do a little unveiling party, right? A little unveiling gathering or unveiling party, however you call it. You bring a couple of bottles of good wine, blah, blah, blah. You bring in the cheese. You do all the thing. You don't let them take care of it. You do it. It's you. It's coming from you. I'm going to tell you what. It's a marketing thing, guys, okay? Because they're going to go talk to all of their family members, their closest friends, and usually people buying, portraits, because I used to do portraiture work, are professionals, right? That have disposable income. So they get all the professional friends. So it's usually a group of, 10, 15, sometimes even 30 people in a room, right? In a living room where the painting is going to be hung, right? So I do the whole thing. Here I am, blah, 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 dressed the part. And now everybody wants, right? Everybody wants another one. You see? That's value proposition. Rather than here's a painting. There you go. Great. Have fun. Hang it. No, I would do everything. I would go, I would place it, I would hang it. I would, if they had a handyman, because usually people with more disposable income have handymans and whatnot. I would work with the person and be like, okay. Or if they had an interior designer they were working with, I would work with them and be like, okay, let's feng shui this, the ish out of this. Where do we put it? Blah, blah, blah. What do you think? And on and on and on. And host a little unveiling party. Why? Because you're doing the Mary Kate thing right there. Okay, you're giving a superb value proposition that no one else is. Now this I learned in the trenches, okay? And I'm just giving it to you guys for free. There's so many things you can do. The problem is that we don't do them, guys. That's really the problem. There's so many things you can do. Because you have to create value. It's always value, 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 value. Okay? It's not what's Amazon's value. It's not price. People think, oh, it's the price, it's the price. Yeah, maybe, I don't know. No, Amazon's value is quick turnaround, right? They have the best fulfillment center in the world. So the value is you order something, you probably get it in, a day and a half, depending on your city, right? You get it in 36 hours or whatever. That's their value proposition, right? That's why they ship the stuff. So you have to think about where is your value proposition, because many artists think that their value is just your artwork, and that's why things don't happen, guys, because you keep focusing on the wrong thing. I'm not saying that your artwork is not valuable or it doesn't have tremendous value. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that it is not extremely valuable. It keeps getting unfocused and focused. I think it's my phone. I'm sorry. Oh, it has to be my phone. You have to find out what the market considers valuable. It always comes down to the market. The market is a market is a market. And if you disrespect the market, it will slap you back. Because the market is only cares about what value really is. Like Domino's Pizza, what's the value? 30 minutes or it's free. That's the value proposition. The value proposition is not the pizza. Okay? It's too obvious. Everybody can make pizza. Just like everybody can paint. Not everybody can paint like me. Bullshit. Everybody paints. And everybody paints great. And there's people that paint fantastically. Great. They've been at it for 30 years and they're masters at it. But they don't understand marketplace. They don't understand value. And that is what you have to find out. That's your job. Your job as an artist is, okay, I have a great product. I'm going to sell tomatoes. I have a great product right here. Okay. I'm always comparing paintings to tomatoes. Okay. I have a great product. I know it's great. My auntie and my uncle tell me it's great. I think it's great, right? I compare it to other artists. Yeah, it's good, right? Okay. Now, how can what does the market want? Because I know it's a tricky thing. Now, this is for a whole other video, guys. It's a tricky thing because most people think it's the artwork. But maybe clients see every time I did direct marketing. I used to do direct marketing for my artwork, for my portraits. I found out that the people that bought right away, right, cared about being professional. Right? They were burning. It was usually interior designers because that's who I marketed. And they needed someone to be professional. They needed someone to know how to meet deadlines and to be, to play the game, right? To know how to play the game. Not some artist they had to chase around and I don't like the frame. Oh, well, that's the frame it came in, right? No, like the interior designers care about all of the aesthetics, right? All of the presentation. So I found out very fast that interior designers and other people that I work with cared more about professionalism, the colors, right, of the mood, right, frames, presentation, and price, right? Price not as the lowest price, but what can we do again, right? Are you going to give me payment installments? Is this I have to pay it right now all of it? Well, I'm going to continue to use you. Can I pay you every 6 months, or can I pay you every 2 months, or the cycles, right? Because they get paid in cycles too with their clients. So anyways, guys, that's for a whole other thing, but you have to find out what the value is. Like, what do they care about? Because they might not even be caring about the artwork as much as you think. They may be caring about the artwork 10, 20%. And you are hammering the artwork, and they really care about you delivering it home. You personally going there and delivering it. You talking to the client and spending. I mean, I had interior designers who all they really cared about, because their clients care so much about hanging out with artists, that they wanted me to like hang out like on a weekend for lunch or whatever, dinner in their home, and chit chat for a couple of hours about the art process and the artistic thing. And that's what they cared about. That's what they cared about most. It's not the only thing, but that's what they cared about most. So I had to make sure to put my big boy pants on and understand what they cared about most, and not cry because they didn't care more about my artwork. No, of course they care about your artwork, but they care most about something. Some guy who's buying the artwork for his wife cares more about pleasing her, making her happy, than the artwork. The person cares about the artwork, but cares more about, did it arrive on time? I wanted her for her birthday. Did it arrive on time? Does the person look like her? If you're doing an abstract painting or whatever, a portrait, right? They may care more about the necklace that the guy bought, or the girl, right? The necklace that it shows, than everything else, right? They care about everything else, but they care most about that necklace, right? That is in the paint. Did you render the necklace there? Because that's what they care about, because that's how they met. That's what he gave her when they first met. Anyways, guys, I got so much info for you. Guys, check me out on YouTube. I got so many videos. I'm the world's greatest living artist. I got marketing like coming down my sleeves. Anyways, today's Art Marketing Tuesday at noon. Today, Arizona time, I will come to you guys again with all sorts of awesome art marketing tips. If you guys have marketing questions, right? You guys like, how do I do this? Do you know a trick to do this? Do you know blah, blah, blah? Now, I call them tricks, guys, but it's work. It's work, and you learn it in the trenches. But the tricks or the strategies or the tactics are not going to work if you don't work, okay? It comes down to work. But I have all sorts of them because I've used them all and I continue to use them. So, guys, today at noon, Art Marketing Tuesday with me, Jose Trujillo, your awesome host. Look at this hair. Man, I look muy guapo. Very good looking guy. So, yeah, guys, if you have questions, write them down. DM me your questions, whatever. Now, if you guys have more, I don't know, if you guys are more ready, hammer time. Yeah. Thank you so much, Garb. I appreciate the wise words. If you guys are like, dude, I am ready to talk to you, because maybe you guys are like, I'm ready to talk to you, DM me your phone number or ask me for mine, my studio number or whatever. I'm giving out 15 free minutes. 15 free minutes. We can talk, and you can, tell me where you're going, what do you want to do, on and on and on. And then you decide if you want to do the 30-minute consult, one-on-one coaching, or the 1 hour. That's all I'm doing right now, just 30 minutes and 1 hour. But you get 15 minutes for free. You don't get to pay me for 15 minutes. Sometimes I push it to like 17 minutes, but don't tell anyone. But yeah, what is it? Oh yeah, the 30 minutes are $95. okay? 95 bones, and the 1 hour is 150. If you're not looking to go to the next step, it's not worth it for you, okay? But if you're looking to go to the next step and be like, okay, I need an actionable plan. What can you help me with? What did you do? Blah, 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 blah. It might be worth your salt. I don't know, your time. My salt